Hi, it's me again um, for an afternoon Tom talk. Today, or in this particular episode, um, I hope to be able to explain how the United States is undemocratic, not a democracy, striving toward a democratic ideal, but uh, far from there at the present time. The originalists, the members of the Supreme Court, and the Federalist Society that describe themselves as originalists say that they believe in the original interpretation and meaning of the Constitution as it was written uh, back in the late 1700s. Um, this is obviously a fallacy, or else they actually believe that only landed white men should have the right to vote in a democracy. For that was the way that the framers of the Constitution set up our society. Landed white men. If you didn't own land, you couldn't vote. If you owed money, you couldn't vote. If you weren't white, you couldn't vote. If you weren't a man, you couldn't vote. Over the past couple centuries, by fighting wars and working hard, we have expanded the franchise to non-whites and women. Significant steps forward, but certainly not the original intent of the framers of the Constitution. People that call themselves originalists are, I don't want to call them lying sacks of, no, I'm going to call them hypocrites, because they obviously know the truth about what I just said. They are originalists in as far as those concepts promote their own philosophical positions. They are not originalists otherwise, unless they actually believe in slavery and that only landed white men should have the right to vote. So, one of the main ways we're not a democracy was discussed in a previous talk, wherein I talked about the function of the FCC and the power that money plays in our electoral processes. He who has the gold rules is the way that I expressed it then and repeat now. A major way we fail as a democracy is by having an electoral college. The electoral college, as I suppose most people listening understand, allocates the amount of votes each state gets by delegating electors to each state and allowing states to let majority rule within those states. So if 49% of the people of the state vote for a Democrat and 51 vote for a Republican, all of the electoral votes from that state go to the Republican. This has worked marvelously if you're a Republican twice this century. In 2000, well, twice this century. Al Gore won by over 3 million votes and lost the Electoral College because of the actions of the 5 Republican nominated justices of the Supreme Court stopping the recount of the vote in Florida. But he lost. He won by 3 million votes and lost. And then in 2016, Hillary Clinton followed suit by winning by over 3 million votes and losing because she lost the Electoral College because of the winner-take-all nature of the delegation of electors within each state. So the majority didn't rule in 2000, and it didn't rule in 2016. And of course, there was a major attempt to overthrow the victory of Joe Biden in 2020, even though he won by over 7 million votes. Obviously, these are undemocratic ideas. And people that support, for instance, gerrymandering or the electoral system as it is used today, the Electoral College, support the purchase of campaign advertising. All of these people basically are saying, I don't believe in democracy. I don't believe that the majority should rule. I believe that people, I think, should rule. And I pay lip service to the concept of democracy, but do everything I can to subvert it and overthrow it. We are not a democracy. End of story. I could go on and will later, but that's the end of this brief segment.